So let's move to legislative races now. We saw that going into this, Republicans control both chambers of the General Assembly. They needed to gain 2 seats in the state Senate to get a veto-proof supermajority, 3 seats in the state House for the same thing. They did get a net gain of 2 in the Senate, got a net gain of 2 on the House, so 1 vote shy of a supermajority in the state House. The only person at this table who will be affected directly by these election results is our state senator. Your thoughts on these elections?
I mean, look, I think the election ultimately in both chambers was about whether Democrats could prevent a supermajority so they could protect Governor Cooper's veto. And as you mentioned, the bad news on the state Senate side is that the Senate Democrats fell 1 vote shy. Now there are 20 Senate Democrats, 30 Republicans, enough to override Governor Cooper's veto. The good news is the House Republicans did not reach the magic number of 72, so they fell 1 vote shy in order to override Governor Cooper's veto. And so Governor Cooper now, by the thinnest of margins, is able to protect his veto. I think if there's one takeaway from this race, it's that Republicans have to try to make inroads into suburban counties, places such as northern and southern Wake, which were hotly contested races. And if there's one takeaway from Democrats, is they've got to make inroads into suburban rural counties in order to compete in these very competitive Senate races and deciding who's going to take control of each chamber.
We're really talking about elections, but since we have you here, what sort of impact is it going to have on the way the legislature does its business, not having supermajorities versus having them?
Look, I mean, I think it's a great question, given that you have it in one chamber, not the other. My sense is you may have a takeaway where you may take votes on social issues that are controversial, but they're not going to be, they're not going to override the governor's veto. But on the other hand, you're going to see Democrats probably come together on budget and economic development issues. It may be more of the same, and it may be more of the same that helps contribute to our great business climate, because I think the bipartisanship that we've had in the last 2 years have actually worked.